Unbelievable! That is a dream goal!
They found it! They finally found the goal they were looking for!
What a finish that is! Do not scratch your eyes! This is really happening! Hello everyone, welcome to the Game and Frame live stream. I'm Josh Pratt with Jake Gillespie on the call and Jorge Espinosa behind the camera. And we are coming to you live from Drexel University in Philadelphia for Westchester United against the Arthurian League in the first ever Transatlantic Cup final. 250 years ago, American and English forces settled their differences with cannon and musket. Tonight, less than 5 miles from Independence Hall, the contest will be decided on the soccer field in the next 90 minutes. Westchester and the Arthurian League hope they are starting a long tradition of friendly competition across the pond. The Transatlantic Cup is America and is featuring America and England's respective national amateur cup champions. Westchester are the USA national champions. The Arthurian League are the FA Interleague Cup champions. And the prize tonight is a trophy made from real 1776 silver that the Arthurian League had made, and they brought over. And I was speaking a little bit earlier to the secretary, Jonathan Hunter. He had temporarily lost it in the hotel. It was a bit of a mad scramble. I hope they've got it here tonight. I didn't actually finish talking with him. He was still in the search. But if we get a very suspect-looking replica trophy, that's why. But a really beautiful gesture by the Arthurian League to make that trophy, bring it over. And although we're expecting a good competition on the field, there's no doubt about tonight being primarily about building bridges and friendship between American and English amateur soccer. Westchester director Blaise Sanchelo has hosted the Arthurian League in recent days, and they've done interviews together, including on Fox 26. If you didn't catch that, definitely give it a watch back. Hilarious. Both organisations made of like-minded individuals who are dedicated to the beautiful game and the blessings it brings. I'm delighted to have with me in the commentary box Jake Gillespie. Jake, you've seen a lot of Westchester. They always want more trophies. So they had to form a new competition across the pond.
Yeah, they've run out of silverware here in America, so they've gone abroad, and they went straight to the top. Give them credit. They're going after a team that's not just won their cup, but then went on to the UEFA Regions Cup, and played in Finland. So this is not like a team that is new to international play. They've done it before. They've done it in competition, and by the way, a couple of these schools that are in the Arthurian League have won the FA Cup, a long time ago. So there's a lot of history in this game, and I'm excited to see what comes out of it.
Drexel University in the heart of Philadelphia. We'll see what sort of turnout we get tonight. You can see right now Westchester are warming up. If we have a look away a bit at some of these kits, we've got some really beautiful strips. These are just the warm-up strips, mind you. The Arthurian League have already headed into the change room to get themselves ready. And a big factor that the Arthurian League is going to be up against, and to be fair, they've had a bit of a on-ramp with some friendlies earlier in the week in America, but the heat, Jake, it's humid here today, isn't it? And that's something that, although I say this right now, England's in a very bad heat wave, but generally these players from England will not be used to this.
Yeah, and the only saving grace I'd say for them is that the sun's tucked away behind this overcast weather we're having, but 81 and humid is kind of a foreign concept to the English players coming over here. And that's not going to be the only thing that they have trouble with today, Josh. Westchester is an incredible opposition for these guys, and they're led by none other than Fusia Donzo, who is coming onto your screen now.
He is a force of his nature in his own right at the moment. He's just turned 19 years old, and he's just got through with tearing some of the best semi-pro defences in America, limb from limb. We had the APSL Northeast playoffs, a semi-final and a final 2 weeks ago. Donzo scored 5 goals, a hat-trick against Hoboken, a brace against Nova, and anyone who's familiar with the soccer scene here will know those are famous names, very reputable. But Donzo cut through them like a knife through hot butter.
It's not often I say this, Josh. The last time we saw him, we genuinely weren't sure if he would be here today because he might go pro. I've never had a conversation like that about a player at this level, but he is of that caliber that at any moment he might just get plucked off this squad. So we got to savor him while we still have him.
So Donzo is going to get a starting place in Westchester United's lineup. The Arthurian League actually just lining up on the far side. We'll start with the visitors. We're expecting to have Ollie's Barles in goal. The back line in front of him is going to be Henry Langley and Harry Balcombe, the centre backs. Jaden Fitzpatrick at left back. Sam Thomas at right back. Jake Moss in the defensive midfield. Nicky Samra a low ahead of him, and in the number 10 is going to be Phil Kay, and then the front three is going to be Hector Platt on the left flank, Charlie Kelly on the right flank, and Jack Alcott at centre forward. Excuse me, I think I said 18 was Charlie Kay. It's actually Phil Kay who's in that number 10 position. But as you said, Jake, there's some old boys from the English schools here represented schools that have won FA Cups long time ago, albeit.
Interesting to note, Josh, that there are very well schools represented in this league that may be older than America. And it's not often you get to say that, especially in an amateur competition like this.
I don't want to sound pretentious, but my school, which should actually be in the Arthurian League. I was talking to Jonathan about this. It's not part of it, but at Hampton we played a lot of these schools. Hampton, 450 years old when I was there. Celebrated 450 years, so.
And we are very proudly celebrating our 250th birthday in a few days' time. So little bit of an age gap, I'd say, between the two institutions.
Our Westchester starting 11 in goal will be Tino Ganais. The centre backs will be Amit Bogle and Mella. The right back will be Sean Tanaka. Left back, Andrew Hilton. In front of that back four will be Marcus Brenes. The midfield two. In the centre will be Mason Miller and Henry Bernstein. And then the front three, enough to strike fear into almost any team at this level. Ayob Mohu on the right wing, the magician, Ridge Robinson, who in the APSL is the national top scorer, once again, an astonishing 34 goals to his name. And the teenage sensation we were chatting about, Jake, Fungia Donzo on the left flank, who you may miss at times because he's just going to be a streak of light across your screens. He is so fast. And this Arthurian League team is going to have to keep their wits about them throughout the evening, because this Westchester front three, if you give them half a yard, they always punish, don't they, Jake?
Yeah, it's incredible how every opponent they come up against, whether they played them 1,000 times or it's the first time, look overwhelmed at the end of the game after Westchester's done with them. I'm curious to see how Arthurian League, with all their experience and international play that they've gone through, how they cope with this Westchester press. It's going to be interesting.
Here come our teams. America against England. A week before America celebrates 250 years of independence, the first ever Transatlantic Cup. What promises to be the start of a beautiful tradition. The national amateur champions of America against the national amateur champions of England.
Josh, you talked about building bridges. I can't think of a better way to build a bridge than with Benjamin Franklin bringing out the match ball.
We'll have to see if we can get him up for some co-commentary, Jake.
Yeah, I mean,
Be some of the most philosophical commentary we've ever had.
talk about a wealth of knowledge. I mean, the man that discovered electricity is so humble as to bring out the match ball.
And now starting 11 for Westchester United Soccer Club. In goal, number 1, Tino. Defender number 28, Sean Tanaka. Defender number 14, Ahmed Bogle. Defender number 13, Andrew Buffett. Midfielder number 9, Ayub Mogu. Midfielder number 11, Francia Donzo. Midfielder number 8, Henry Bernstein. Midfielder number 2, Marcus Brannis. Midfielder number 4, Mason Miller. And your captain, number 12, defender, Luca Miller. The Arthurian team is coached by Billy Jenkins and assisted by John Hunter and Tony Hall. Team photographer and Nunn. Westchester is coached by Clay Santangelo. Assisted by Harry Robles, Tom Brooks, and Charlie Dodds. Officials referee Brandon Minisco. Assisted by Babar Chiori, Mano Salaya, and fourth official Anton Skipski. Westchester United would like to recognize Bruce Bodie from the United States Adult Soccer Association, and Chris Branson from EPYSA, and Leo Kelly from EPYSA. Our boys tonight are from Forza FC. And now please rise for the national anthem of the United States. Now please rise for the national anthem of the United States of America.
That's quite something to hear. 2 national anthems. We are truly watching an international match here, Jake.
At the amateur level, it's really incredible, and I can't point out enough how excited this entire ground is. But I don't think anyone's more excited than Mr. Blaise Santangelo just behind us. The smile's been plastered to his face since he's gotten here, and I don't blame him. This is really incredible at a time when we're celebrating America's 250th birthday. The World Cup's going on, and then this what we hope is a first match out of many, a great tradition of building bridges and amateur football between these two nations. It's gonna be really fun.
So I mentioned the Arthurian League have been in America for about a week, and they've already played 2 games. They were in New York, where they played Nyack, a team that we've seen regularly in the APSL Metro Conference on Game of Frame. They were 2-1 down with about 5 minutes left, and then Henry Langley and Jake Moss both scored for a dramatic win for the Arthurian League. And then on the 22nd, they went up to Boston to face the Bolts. They won that 3-1. Charlie Kelly, Phil Kay and Hector Platt all on the mark. The skippers today will be Mella and Samra. Nicky Samra, old Reptonian, one of 2 in the 16-man squad brought over by the Arthurian League. Not seen this strip before, Jake, have you?
No, this is new. I wonder if this is new for they have a Transatlantic. It looks like they have a Transatlantic Cup crest on the sleeve there. I think, unless that's the UPSL.
Not UPSL. It might be USASA potentially. But I think
no, it says Transatlantic Cup. Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, this is a special strip for this. This is really cool. This is. I can't stress enough how this isn't even a common thing at the professional level, let alone the amateur level. This is a truly, it's for now, unique experience. I hope in a few years we'll have covered a bunch of these, but for now this is really special.
This is the start of a huge weekend for Westchester. They're going to Washington, D.C. tomorrow, along with us, to play in the APSL National Finals. They'll be facing Prima of Georgia. That'll be 5 p.m. Of course, we're going to have that on Game and Frame. They will potentially have a final on Sunday if they progress to that. So this is the start of potentially yet more history for Westchester.
Interesting parallel between this match and the U.S. men's team's World Cup match last night. You have a game that is a big occasion, but there's a bigger one down the line. How many minutes do you give the players you think are going to be crucial for that national final? It's going to be interesting.
The Arthurian League skipper Nicky Samra will kick off proceedings here.
37-year-old Nicky Samra, by the way, Josh.
Veteran. Well, we're off. The first ever Transatlantic Cup. Less than 5 miles from Independence Hall, we have American and English representatives doing battle once again, albeit in a more friendly spirit of competition this time. A trophy made of 1776 silver on the line. The next 90 minutes will decide if it's Westchester or Arthurian who will lift it for the very first time. It's quite humid when we arrived at the field, but definitely an evening chill starting to come in. Welcome chill with the breeze. Absolutely beautiful field here at Czech Drexel University.
And while that plays into the hands of our visitors tonight, I'm sure the Westchester players getting ready to play tomorrow won't complain about a little bit of a cooler evening for this match either.
Mohu, first sight to goal, straight into the hands of Bowles. That's absolutely pinged into Bowles.
What a touch by the goalkeeper.
Alcombe clears it partly away.
Might get a nasty look or two for that back pass in a few minutes there, Josh.
That's shin height.
with some fire on it as well.
Benjamin Franklin is taking his place amongst the spectators, right behind where the ball's gone out.
Hope he keeps his kites and keys away. Don't need any delays for this match tonight.
Mohu riding the tackle of Fitzpatrick. Not on the same wavelength as his front line. Alcombe hammers it clear. Charlie Kelly couldn't force his way through the midfield lines. One back by Brenes. Arthurian League have brought a decent travelling contingent as well with them, I think including some family and friends, but the coaching staff, Billy Jenkins, the head coach, Jonathan Hunter is the assistant coach, and also the secretary of the Arthurian League, photographer Andy Nunn, life VP Tony Hall. Ball sprayed out wide to Hilton. Here's the teenager Donzo, couldn't get that ball under his belt. First corner kick of the evening, 3 minutes in.
Looks like the Arthurian League's brought some decent height with them overseas here, Josh. So I wonder how much success they'll be able to have on these set pieces here at Westchester.
They certainly dealt with that corner very adaptly, the Arthurian League. The hefty centre forward, Jack Olcott, with the header to clear it. The intended target for that pass didn't reach him, but then it's turned over in the midfield for Arthurian League, and they can counter-attack here. Westchester pushed forwards a lot of numbers. Charlie Kelly sprays it cross field. It's Moss. He tried to cut in, lost his footing, and the chance slips by. That was a really open break there.
I'm not sure if that was the intended pass, but if it was, that was visionary. To miss that front runner and then catch the trail runner, that was really, really impressive. But he got bit by the American turf monster in the 18-yard box.
I don't want to make excuses for the Englishman here and sound biased at all. I want to make clear to everyone, I'm actually half American no matter how I sound, but there's no doubt as well that these players probably have not played much on turf at all.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost all grass in England.
Yeah, other than a few universities over there, almost everything is natural grass. So it might take a little bit of getting used to.
Bowles with some trickery. He might just take him all by himself there.
He's had that first touch to get them out of trouble before, and now he's deking out attacking players. Who says goalkeepers aren't field players there, Josh?
Wondering if they put Jack Olcott and Bowles the wrong way around.
Yeah, right.
Olcott's got the height of a goalkeeper,
yeah,
and Bowles has got the feet. Well, at least there, look like the sparkling feet of a centre forward. Bogle. Brenes sprays it out. Tayo Mohu. Tanaka, the right back, with a underlapping run. Bernstein, dispossessed by the skipper Samra. Hurled out to the left back, Fitzpatrick. Langley.
In all our talk about Donzo, we've failed to mention Ridge Robinson to this point, who is one of the most prolific goal scorers in all of American amateur soccer. 33 goals, I believe it was, in the APSL regular season this year. He is
You're
incredible.
you're losing a track. It's hard to keep up with him. He's 34, Jake.
34.
As of the final. You've got to be forgiven for it, though. Yeah.
I'm running out of fingers, Josh.
It's changed every week for Ridge.
I got nothing left. He is just an incredibly efficient striker, and it's something that is going to be a handful for these defenders for Arthurian League.
Been a decent amount of press around this game. Coach Blaise Sant'Angelo and Jonathan Hunter from the Arthurian League and a couple of other representatives from the Arthurian League all did an interview with Fox 26. Very entertaining one. At one point, the interviewer asked Jonathan from the Arthurian League, is it difficult coming here right on top of the 250-year independence celebrations? And he simply replied, 250 years of hurt. The Times as well in England, very well reputed newspaper, wrote a piece about it. Friends couldn't find Ridge Robinson. Hector Platt, determined running. Kelly is offside.
I believe there's a feet versus meters discussion going on at the bench down here, Josh. There's
surprising amount can get lost in translation.
Yeah, it's amazing when they speak the same language. We're still having these confusions.
Rennes, that's a smart pass. But the flag will go up against Hilton. Hilton, a player you've seen a bit with the reserve check. We haven't seen him too much in the first team for Westchester.
Yeah, it's the crazy thing about Westchester is how just deep and dynamic all of their players are. He's an incredible player, and I think if you put him on any other APSL squad in the Delaware River Conference, he starts. And of course, in this squad, he's merely a reserve player.
Donzo. Bit of debate about the legality of that throw there. Bogle. Brenes. Arthurian League with a deep line. Mella. That's really loose. Now that's another occasion, Jake, where if that pass on the turnover had been slightly better for Arthurian League, they had a lot of runners very quickly going forwards.
This shape is like a rubber band that's pulled back right now, and it's just as soon as they win the ball back, it's just ready to let go and fly forward. It's interesting. I didn't expect that from a team, but clearly this squad's done their homework. There was an article written. Nicky Samra was talking about all the footage he was watching to prepare for this game. This does mean something to these guys. This is not just a mere friendly exhibition match for these guys.
Bernstein dispossessed. And I'll come back to Bowles, who's had a fair bit of the ball already, the goalkeeper. Bowles from Old Brentwoods.
Well won.
Hector Platt getting in behind the back line. He's got two options to aim for. Towards the far post. Poked away before it could reach Kelly by Hilton.
Phil Kay had a huge physical battle over there to spring that attack. And that is something that I'm kind of blown away by, is the size and physicality of this squad. Some big boys on this Arthurian League team. And I can't help but notice Jake Weaver not out there for Westchester today. He's normally the enforcer of the Westchester team, and they're going to have to find that from somewhere else today.
Walcott is going to hurl it in. Given back to Thomas. This pass intercepted, and here's Ridge Robinson. Didn't connect for Westchester. Hasn't connected too much, but that's a short back pass. You do not give that to Ridge Robinson. Bowles really had his wits about him there. That was fine margins.
I think Bowles might be a central midfielder, Josh. They just gave him gloves for today, because that's a few times he's gotten them out of trouble.
Here's Donzo. Thomas sticking closely to him. Donzo getting another crack at it. Bogle. Donzo. Wonderful switch by Bogle, brought down expertly by Tanaka, coming towards the pouch area. Not a terrible delivery by any stretch of imagination, but no one had gambled at the far post. Thomas wasn't sure what was behind him and puts it out for a corner.
Donzo ran near post to try and get one on the ground, and instead it was a brilliantly clipped ball. Just not enough bodies at the far post to get a head on it.
Donzo will deliver the corner towards the front post. Routine header for Thomas.
Not sure if you saw there, Josh. Luca Miller was wide open at the far post as that service was coming in. No one within 5 yards of him in the penalty area.
Ridge Robinson's going to flick it on. Flashed across the face of goal, and that ends up being a good save by Ollie Bowles.
And Bowles is quite rightly having a word with his defender, saying, how did you not mark this guy? Of all the guys in there, how do you not mark this one? Robinson with a free header normally does not miss those, and to be fair, he didn't miss it. It was a nice save from Bowles to keep this game level for now.
Mohu this time on set-piece duty for Westchester. It's their third in these first 13 minutes. That's a wickedly whipped-in ball. Holds a match to it.
I think Bowles is leading the Arthurian League in touches so far, Josh, through about 12 minutes or so.
He's the only old Brentwood player in the team. Got 3 old Ardinians, and old Ardinians won the Arthurian League First Division to get promoted with a 100% record across 18 games. That's Charlie Kelly. Malcolm Eisenhart, who's on the bench. Oh no, excuse me, Jack Olcott and Alex Nanny, also the old Ardinians, alongside Charlie Kelly. Bogle. Arthurian League are clearly very content, Jake, to let Westchester have the ball in front of them.
And ready to spring that counterattack. We've seen it work out once and almost work out again. Ridge Robertson looking for the advancing Miller from midfield with a reverse ball. Overcooked the pass. Miller, the centre-back, combatively winning. Donzo can have another go at Thomas here. Takes onto his left foot. Dancing feet towards the far post, and the flag goes up. It just ran out for a goal kick. Just a little peek of how dangerous Donzo is there. Only the end line stopped him from getting that cross in. Donzo. Driven long towards the left back Hilton, who's adventured forwards, kept it in but couldn't do more than that.
Here's Bernstein. He has got some real estate to run into. Miller.
Oh.
Just ran away from him.
A few times now that we found a little bit of space in the pockets of Arthurian League's back line.
A little too intricate at the back from the Arthurian League. Ridge Robinson is onside here. Ridge Robinson set it into Bernstein, who really should have done better with that. Another save for Ollie Bowles.
I am shocked that Robinson didn't have a hit there. It looked like when it bounced up, it was just sitting there waiting for a volley, but very unselfishly played it across the penalty area.
Moss. There's Moss again drifting around. The Arthurian League, actually, by English football standards, a relatively new formation. It was founded in 1961. Currently consists of 56 clubs, each comprised of private schools, old boys. It's a strictly amateur league as well. If you've been registered in any form with a professional team at any point, you cannot compete.
For Americans watching who aren't familiar with the term old boys, think of that as alumni. Past players or students that went to these schools that are now representing their former schools as players no longer at the institution.
Miller dinks it over the top. Mahu has Donzo and Robinson waiting for it in the area. Lovely meg by Donzo, and he drew in the contact from Langley. And there's going to be a free kick and a good crossing position for the Americans. Who was swinging in with the left foot, low towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It was, I think, Bogle who connected with it, or Mellor, excuse me, and he's really disappointed because he got good contact, just couldn't find his way through the bodies.
And that's one thing Arthurian League's done really well is just stay compact back there, and Westchester's getting on the ball, but there's not really anywhere to go with it, which they're not really used to, especially in the APSL this year, as everyone's trying to play them at face value.
Westchester certainly having almost all of the possession here at Vidas Athletic Field. One back by Charlie Kelly. Lost his footing on the turf and then recovered it really well.
Didn't matter that he lost his footing. He got the ball right back.
Thomas. Hilton sticking closely to him. And Thomas couldn't find it down the line.
I think that was very respectful of Westchester's athleticism there, that he didn't try and take him on down the line. He was almost baiting him to play that down the line, and he wouldn't take it.
Jonathan Hunter from the Arthurian League told me priceless bit of tidbits about the head coach Billy Jenkins, who apparently is the best friend of Frank Lampard, was the best man at his wedding. He grew up West Ham man through and through. His grandfather and his father were both physios at the club. And Billy grew up on Green Street, so right across Upton Park, of course West Ham's stadium for much of their history. And apparently Billy's comment to Frank leading up to this was, "I'm going to manage England before you have."
As a fervent Chelsea supporter, I'm a little jealous that he's got all this FaceTime with Super Frankie Lampard.
Frank's going to have to ask him for some tips on managing at the international level after this one. Here's Donzo. He's drawn into the foul there.
Lampard's done all right with USA's very own Haji Wright. Coached him up this year.
Be in the Premier League, won't he? Back there.
Yeah.
Frank Lampard. Next season. About halfway through this first 45 minutes. Ollie Bowles has had to make a few saves. But Arthurian League have definitely carried some threat on the counter-attack. Mohu and Bernstein over it. It's going to be left to Bernstein. He's going to go towards the target. That was not very far away.
Yeah, interesting. I really would have thought that Mohu would have tried to crack at that with his left foot with that swinging away from the goalkeeper, but very, very, very nearly almost played that perfectly inside that near post, but couldn't quite get the swing on it to get around the wall and back in.
Moss. Langley. Okay. Moss. Arthurian League playing it out from the back nicely. Moss looking for that space behind. Charlie Kelly's got on the end of it. Platt tried to thread the needle to Alcott.
That was very smart from Bogle there not to finish that tackle, because I think this friendly bit of competition would have ended in a red card very, very early on. So smart play from Bogle there to kind of trust that his guys would get back and help out.
Here comes Mohu down the other end. Ball's a long way off his line. Mohu's lobbed him and finished magnificently. Ayam Mohu, take a bow. Sublime technique. The magician conjures up his latest trick.
That is a piece of class fitting for such a prestigious competition. What a touch from Mohu. And his work wasn't even done after the touch. It was to float that in with defenders getting back, and I believe that was Mohu's weaker foot. He's a left-footed player. So to be able to direct that on goal with the touch, that was just sensational play.
Looked as if the angle was really against him, didn't it? But he was not phased. He could have taken another touch or two, just went for the empty net.
The angle combined with the two defenders who fair play to them, got back in time. They just weren't able to keep that finish out because it was perfectly placed.
On the stroke of the 25 minutes, Ayab Mohu opens the scoring in the Transatlantic Cup. Donzo and Arthurian League have got to be really careful here, because how many times have we seen, Jake, that goals come in 2s and 3s for Westchester? They're pushing forwards again.
It's going to be interesting to see if they get lured out of that low block they're playing, Arthurian League.
Mella and Alcott tussling. Brenners, or Miller even, excuse me. Tanaka. Miller. Charlie Kelly. Back to intercept the pass, and it's a smart header by him to set himself on his way. Brenes trying to keep up with him. Kelly still going. Cross cleared out. Thomas will give it back to Kelly, who's onside. 3 white shirts, 4 now in the penalty area. Corner kick for the Arthurian League, their first of the night.
Not a lot of players that tall and that pacey. Kelly just walked by Brenes, who's not slow, mind you. But of course, when you're taking strides that big, it's difficult to keep up.
Jaden Fitzpatrick will swing in a left-footed corner. And you noted, Jake, the height the Arthurian League have. They've got a chance to employ it now towards Olcott at the far post. It was someone else who met it. I think it was actually Olcott in the end who got on the end of it. Now Westchester going to look to break. That's going to be a free kick.
That's a smart foul because Westchester had numbers flying forward.
Donzo. Westchester are preparing a triple substitution. It's going to be roll-on, roll-off subs tonight.
I saw Michael Howard and Owen Slack are 2 of the 3 that were preparing to come on.
Declan Sullivan, the last one, I think. Miller, dispossessed by Samra. Samra gets it back from Kelly, who's looked lively so far. Here he is again, Charlie Kelly. Hilton with him. Well held up by Hilton. Initially, but then Hilton hung out a foot and committed the foul.
We were talking about friendly competition. Kelly's got blood running down the front of his leg and took a nice little whack there. So it's not that friendly, Josh.
Philadelphia seen worse battles between the Americans and English, Jake.
Fair enough.
Robinson turns that over. Donzo. He's got Mohu streaking at the far post. Donzo looking to do it all by himself. And he overran it. I think it's probably a positive, and then also you might say a con of Donzo, Jake. At his young age, he has so much confidence. Perhaps he sometimes takes on players when there's other options, but also when it does pay off, you can't say anything, can you?
Well, it's tough too because you don't want to quash that self-confidence and self-belief because it's led to so many incredible moments from the Westchester perspective. So there are times when you'd like to tamp it down, but you don't want to tamp it down too much.
Okay, lots of space for Charlie Kelly. He can bring this into the 18-yard box. Kelly onto his left foot. It was blocked and then fired back in by Thomas. I think that was a shot, but it's gone out for a throw-in.
That's one of those ones that could have gone anywhere, though, Josh. He's almost a little unfortunate that didn't hit one of those bodies in there.
Mohu, who spectacularly opened the scoring, is withdrawn. Hilton as well. And Brenes has been withdrawn. Coming on. We've also had a change. Oh, no, sorry, I thought we had a change for the Arthurian League. Not yet.
See how Declan Sullivan, who's just taking up post at left back, deals with Kelly, because that seems to be where Arthurian League wants to attack so far down this right-hand side.
The English again, not particularly impressed with the American throw-in technique. Use some very firm language to make that point. So Owen Slack has gone into the midfield, I think, in the number 10, as you say, Jake, Declan Sullivan on at left back, and at the left wing is Michael Howard. Donzo's gone into centre forward, and Robinson is on the right flank. Kelly double teamed by the subs, but he's somehow wriggled between them and then past the third Kelly. Lovely play. Samra is onside. Alcott. Some blue bodies back now. Thomas. And the tap peters out. I tell you what, Jake, I think if Samra had set that back to Kelly instead, he had that on his left foot.
Yeah, and he had plenty of space as well.
Here comes the Arthurian League again. It's the centre-back, Langley, charging forwards. Had to be stopped with the emergency break by Mellor.
It's interesting to see all the joy from Westchester's coming down the flank, all the joy from Arthurian League going right down the spine of this Westchester defense. So an interesting parallel on how these two squads want to attack.
Slack. Howard. Fire that back at Slack. Kelly searches towards Alcott. Too much height on it. Tanaka. Donzo. Lovely touch by Donzo. Dinked in. It was Bernstein charging up into the area. And we're going to see more changes for Westchester, another triple change. Sam Atima, who was in the APSL DRC team of the season, is coming on alongside Ronan Sullivan and Thomas Ascoli. Miller, Ridge Robinson and Tanaka all making way. I imagine we'll see them back later, but of course, Coach Blaze is also keeping an eye on Westchester's semi-final tomorrow against Prima FC. So it looks as if Ascoli might have gone to the right back position. We'll confirm that shortly. Charlie Kelly is actually getting some attention for that bloodied leg that you had spotted, Jake. He's off the field at the moment. Be another corner kick.
He really has been the tip of the spear of this Arthurian League attack. So I hope he's just a brush burn or something, and he's able to carry on.
Out swing up. Bit of confusion in the 6-yard box. Arthurian League survived temporarily. Sullivan was heavy with his touch. And now the break is on once more for the Englishman. Platt. Kate. Well held up.
I think Malore made up for a bit of a mistake there in the build-up. He hesitated on that ball. I think he would have gotten it if he was a little bit more aggressive, but made up for the mistake inside the area to block that shot.
Slack sends it cross field. Howard. Sullivan on the overlap. Howard cutting onto his right. He'll get it back again. Declan Sullivan. Too high for Donzo. And Bernstein was outfoxed by the bounce. Keep it in though, Bernstein. Headed out by Langley. And then Samra. And cleared out by Fitzpatrick, but there's a late knock on Samra. Whistle goes. Arthurian League preparing to make a series of changes themselves. Going to make 4 substitutions. Alex Nanny, Malcolm Eisenhart, Will Norcross and Lewis Warder all coming on. Being replaced is Alcott, Samra, I think Langley has also been replaced. Get a look at that shortly.
Will Norcross checking in for Arthurian League.
Looks as if Norcross is going to go to the left wing. And now Phil Kay is in the centre forward position. And here's Tima. Constant, steady presence in Westchester midfield. And enforcer 2, Donzo even, excuse me. Wriggle past 1. Could hear his teammate imploring him to pass it there. He is going to get a free kick. I think a little fortunate there, Donzo. Don't overrun it.
I think that might have been the referee just throwing him a bone after those two little Henry Houdinis he's pulled. Wriggle out of trouble.
Right in the corner of the penalty area, this free kick. Bernstein sends it in, headed out. Sullivan caught on it by Nani, and that is another really soft free kick. Timo with a very ambitious effort, scuffed it a little bit. I think it might have taken a touch on the way through as well. Guys, a reminder, we've got lots of action coming up on Game and Frame tomorrow. We're back with Westchester. They take on Premier FC in the APSL National Semi-Final. Live from the home of Loudon FC, the USL Championship side. That will be 5 p.m. We will have our second APSL National Semi between Aliazana. Oh, just hang on a second. Here come Arthurian League, saved by Ganais. That was a clear-sighted goal for the substitute Nani.
The really impressive part about that save from Ganais was not the save itself, it was to make sure he got on that second ball. Too much pace to be able to hang on to it, but kept it close enough where he's able to stop that second opportunity, which is so often how we see goals go in. It's not that first one, it's after the save, and Ganais did really well there to scramble on top of that ball.
Really good chance for the Arthurian League. As I was saying, our second semi-final, Aliazana against Foro at 8 p.m. And then we're also going to have from New York, Declan Sullivan comes forwards, it's missed by Bowles. And then the target, which was gaping, was not found by Sullivan. There's so much end-to-end action. I haven't been able to get through these 4 games, but we've also got Renegades against Red Hook, 8:30 p.m. in the UPSL American North final. That's going to be a very tasty fixture. And we'll have the APSL National final, 2:30 p.m. again, live from Virginia. All that exclusively on Game of Frame's YouTube channel. Bogle withdrawn, and it's Brenes back on.
Looks like team has dropped into the center back role for Westchester there, so he'll fill in that hole left by Bogle.
Could have easily had goals at either end in the space of about a minute. Ward. Wow, pings that up to Moss, who dealt with it well. Sliced by Ward, that wasn't exactly what they needed. Flag comes to the rescue of the Arthurians. About 5 minutes remaining in the first half. A wonderful Mohu goal, giving Westchester the lead. Brenes got a foot on it. Tima. Bernstein. Mella. It's a team up. Donzo. That's going to be a free kick. Charlie Kelly taking Donzo's feet out from under him.
Interesting how deep Donzo's dropping to get on the ball. This Arthurian League block has kind of crept up, and I don't think Donzo's getting on the ball as much as he's used to, so he's going to find it.
Bernstein. Gap was somewhat there, but the pass far too heavy. Alongside America, being about to celebrate 250 years of independence, Westchester are also celebrating a Golden Jubilee, founded in 1976. And they were rejuvenated under Blaise Santangelo. And what a job he's done, Jake. The amount of trophies they've added. But more than that, really, I think what's most important for Blaise is being a place that really develops top players. And 12 players going pro from this Westchester side in the last year speaks for itself.
And there's a few more coming, I think. We've talked about Donzo, and there's so much quality up and down this team. One guy leaves, another guy fills in, and he's just as good as the guy that left. That's kind of the most impressive part for me. Blaise is really building something special here in Westchester.
Bernstein ghosting past one. Ball will fall to Sullivan. Fitzpatrick tracked back well. And a brave header by Ascoli. Throw-in will go against Westchester, though. I also remind you guys, we are sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you.
That's okay, Owen. Way to work.
I think Owen Slack might be wearing the smallest shin pads that are made on planet Earth, because those socks, they look like cruise socks. And I'm assuming there's shin guards under there somewhere, but they're tough to see from up here.
Westchester have made a change. Tanaka back on for the teenager Donzo. Flicked on well by Moss. Tanaka. Bernstein, one of the few players now for Westchester who's played the entirety of the half. Thomas finding Kelly, the most threatening player in a white shirt so far this evening. We're going to get 1 minute of stoppage time in this first half.
Make the team talk a lot better if Arthurian League can find a goal here in the next minute or so.
I think they're going to just take this opportunity to put the ball in along with a throw. Waters walking towards it, he'll unwind. Held in by Ward, flicked on, Kelly trying to turn, and Arthurian League are howling for a penalty. like some contact, but I think well within the laws of the game, Jake, at least from what I can
and
see.
he got a lot of the ball on the shot. I think maybe if that contact had put him off the shot, maybe it would have been an easier penalty to call for the referee, but for me, I think that's the right call on the field.
Sullivan, this is surely the final action of the half. Sullivan dinks it in cutely. Bernstein had snuck in, tried to help it on wide of the target, and that is the end of the first half. Westchester having most of the ball. The Arthurian League had their moments on the counter-attack. One very good save drawn from Kanais by Nani, but it is Ayub Mohu's brilliant lob then finish that separates the sides at half-time in the Transatlantic Cup. Don't go now, guys. We'll be back shortly.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential. Hello everyone, welcome back to Drexel University. Ayub Mohu has given Westchester United the lead against the Arthurian League in the Transatlantic Cup. But the Arthurian League certainly had their moments of threat, didn't they, Jake?
Especially with Kelly down the right-hand side. That was a lot for Westchester to cope with. Just his physicality, his pace. He was causing them a lot of problems. And I think that would probably be the way through for them. The other one would be, I think, a set piece, just because of the height they brought across the pond here. Josh, just some big boys in white shirts in here this evening. But the run of play, for the most part, I would tilt the scale towards Westchester.
Harry Darnell has come on at half-time for Arthurian. Again, it's roll-on, roll-off subs in the cup. So players that we saw go off in the first half, might see all of them come on at various points later in the half. Driven long by Mellor, cross field in the direction of Sullivan. Or Howard even, excuse me.
Arthurian League fellows were not happy with that challenge that was put in there. But it didn't seem like there was a ton of contact in it.
Team has gone back into the centre midfield. He was impeded. Mellor. Brenes.
I think that was the first press I've seen out of Arthurian League past the halfway line.
At some point, if they can keep it at a one-goal margin, they're going to have to go for it, aren't they?
And that's exactly what Westchester wants. So we'll see how long they can resist getting drawn out of this low block they have. And they've been doing it quite well, in fairness.
Howard races after the ball. Thomas is going to try and shepherd it out, combative shoulder to shoulder, and Thomas wins the duel.
That was Exhibit A of the size advantage for Arthurian League there, Josh.
How come? Gives it to Ward. Gone out. Howard coming forward again, starting with good tempo, Howard, and he skipped past two defenders coming into the area. Howard! Oh, what a save at that near post by Bowles.
That was about a 60 to 70 yard run he just went on, and the only thing stopping it from being the icing on the cake was Bowles making another really nice save. He's had a good day today, Josh. Lots of touches both with his hands and his feet.
More defending for Arthurian League to do now. Swung in, but far too close to Bowles, who can gather comfortably. And he'll look to start the counter-attack. Kate slots it through. Norcross back onto his right. Look to shoot at the near post, and then it's rocked it in. Really well hit. There's Phil Kate, who absolutely let it rip. Oh, excuse me, it's actually Charlie Kelly in the 13 who'd come over.
Of course it is. His fingerprints are all over this game. And I will say Norcross sent the Westchester defender for a coffee before that hit from Kelly. That might be the most promising move for Arthurian League yet.
It was that Ganice's near post, but with the pace and the ball, I'm not sure if Westchester's keeper would have been able to stop that had it been a foot or so more to the right.
still rising when it crossed the goal line as well. That was hit with some venom.
Eisenhart with the tackle. Tanaka. I guess a bit of a difference of opinions across the pond, it seems, on what is a legal throw-in and not. Ranging ball by Bogle. Headed out by Fitzpatrick. Good tackle by Eisenhart.
I think the Westchester bench is having a bit of fun with the foul throw pleadings from Arthurian leagues. It's fun. This is a fun event, especially when it comes to the little bit of banter we're seeing between the two teams.
Brenes. Sullivan. Mello. Ronan Sullivan continues to run forward. The loose ball before to Brenes. Give and go well read by Balcom. And the second ball's all the way back to Ollie Bowles. Kelly, a danger man for Arthurian League. Good interchange by the Englishman, and that's going to be a foul. And that was certainly accidental contact, but nonetheless very, very heavy. And I think it
sounded more like an American football hit than a
yeah, that was got
European
absolutely
football
poleaxed.
hit.
Trying to see who it is who got clattered there. I just hope that he took that in the torso and not in the head region. But that was certainly a really big hit.
The worst part about those kind of contacts is when that wind gets knocked out of you and just can't get that first breath after contact, and you're just laying there helpless.
Bogle going in the book for that.
Unfortunately for the injured player, I think he picked the worst guy to run into on the Westchester roster in Bogle. The Arthurian League fellas are teaching Brenes how to do a proper throw-in, which is pretty funny on the left side of your frame there. Sitting up, which is a good sign.
It's always dangerous when those loose balls bounce up like that and both players jumping in. I think it might be Jack Ascot there, but we'll get a look shortly.
Bogle is built like a brick wall, which didn't help in that particular collision. Nice little handshake there between Bogle and the injured player.
There's the sub actually, Darnell, who got poleaxed, and he's going to try and walk it off.
Fair play to him. I'd be on the bench having a breather after that hit, but see how much it means to him to try and help his team out, and good scoring opportunity for Arthurian League here.
Whipped in and headed out at the near post. Popped back in by Thomas and away by Bogle. Thomas drills it, or Eisenhart even, excuse me, out to Norcross, who's looked tricky since coming on. He's managed to work himself down to the byline. Nani. I think that was an attempted cross, not a great one. Good strength by Balcombe. Tima.
Actually, I take it back. Bogle's the second last guy I'd want to run into. I think Timo would be the first. Absolute unit of a center back there.
Slack. Nice Miller. Good touch in behind by Scully. Tanaka coming into the area. Ran into too much traffic. Really astutely dealt with initially by Ward, and then he overran it and committed the free kick. Committed the foul.
A chatty bunch, the Arthurian League, aren't they, Josh? Particularly when it comes to the referee.
You don't go to a boys' school, Jake, and expect a lack of chat, I'll say that. It's a specific kind of training going to one of these schools. 7 years as well of it. Middle school and high school combined in England. Unconventional dummy by Sullivan. Not sure there was anything deliberate about that, but
I'm not sure he knew about the dummy, but it was brilliant in the end.
Sprayed it out nicely to Ronan Sullivan. Brenes. Ronan Sullivan again. There's a little bit late there, the tackle from Norcross. Tima. Tanaka. Too much on that pass by Miller. Thomas even will have that run out. Henry Bernstein is going to come on for the booked Bogle. Ward. Too much on that pass by Darnell, who seems to be fully recovered after that very heavy impact, thankfully. Driven over the top nicely by Slack.
I think that was an attempted Trivella to put that ball in behind. That would have been really interesting had it snuck through. Doing his best Gio Reyna impression from the U.S.'s first World Cup game.
Nani sprays out wide to Thomas. Kelly. muscle up to the quality required. Diagonal ball cut out by Ward, who had to cover in for that right back position. Thomas had gone in the overlap. Searching ball towards Sullivan, watched carefully by Balcombe.
Westchester started going very direct all of a sudden. I don't know if it's something they've seen tactically or might just be trying to stretch this Arthurian League defense, who've honestly been pretty comfortable apart from the goal, all things considered.
Mellor, who's currently wearing the armband for Westchester. Bit of a late tackle by Norcross. Quick to offer his apologies. Tanaka. Sullivan. Booty clear by Balcombe. Bernstein. Commit the foul, and the referee really should have let the advantage play there. Arthurian League did not want that free kick at all. Had the counter-attack on. It's got a pretty even field, doesn't it, with 30 minutes left?
Yeah, I was just about to say, how would you rate the balance of play so far?
I would say Arthurian League have certainly come into it more in the second half in terms of possession. They've upped the press a bit as well, as that one is sent in. Cross cut out simply enough. They certainly are pressing heavier now, the Arthurian League.
Yeah, it's interesting from what we saw in the first half, where they were really sitting back and trying to spring the counter, and all of a sudden they flipped a switch and now they're pressing really high and they've won it back. Fair play to them.
Sullivan and Westchester have got numbers here on Arthurian. It's Howard, and he was not on the same wavelength with overlapping Sullivan on the far side. Wasted opportunity. Actually, I think it's Hilton even who was on that overlap. Has come back on at left back. One back by Nani combatively. Gap was there if he had a bit more accuracy with the through ball. Howard. Nani. Darnell. Kate. Really well watched by Luke Mellor.
That's really well done from Mellor, not just to win the ball but then to keep it very expertly under a lot of pressure. That was well done.
Coach Blaze has held the big three in reserve on the bench at the moment. He's got Ridge Robinson, Donzo and Mo, who have probably got about 100 goals between them, sitting in reserve. I just wonder when they're going to be reintroduced, Jake.
It's hard to blame him with the semi-final coming up tomorrow, but yeah, you've noticed there's just a lack of sharpness going forward for Westchester in the second half, and that probably has a lot to do with it.
That's a clumsy tackle by Ward, which is going to earn a yellow card. A reminder, that semi-final we're going to have on Game and Frame, everyone. It's going to be the APSL National Semi-Final, live from Virginia. Loudoun United. Boy, myself and Jake have got a lot of driving to do tomorrow. Westchester Predators are going to be taking on Prima from Atlanta, Georgia at 5 p.m. And then Alianzana, are going to be taking on Foro at 8 p.m. In the other semi, we're also going to have the UPSL Northeast North final between Renegades and Red Hook at 8:30 p.m. on Saturday night, and then on Sunday at 2:30 p.m. we'll have the APSL National Final, amongst many other games this weekend. You can see the full list on our Instagram at Game and Frame. Now, just as we were talking about it, Jake, Ridge Robinson and Mohu have made their way up to the touchline alongside Andrew Hilton. So I think it might be Sullivan on the far side. It's been a little tricky at times to keep track of everything with how much roll on, roll off there's been, the players.
No Donzo though, which is interesting. I wonder if maybe they're just trying to save his legs. But we were talking earlier. He's 19. He could run for days. He's the last set of legs I think would need saving.
Well, here comes the third horse of the apocalypse making his way back to the bench. Donzo, I think, is about to come on. He's warming up far away, but Coach
his ears must have been
summoned
burning.
him back. You don't want this to go into the final moments at 1-0 of your Westchester, do you?
No, I think there is no extra time here today, which is probably a relief for Westchester with that big game coming up tomorrow. But again, with just the height they have on the set pieces.
Just hang on a second, Sullivan offside. It looked like he had gone a little early. Sorry, Jake.
Yeah, he was pretty far offside there. Yeah, just the height that Arthurian League had. The last thing you want is to give away a free kick in the last 2 or 3 minutes and let all those big boys come up for Arthurian League into the Westchester box. So I'm sure that it'll be full speed ahead for the Westchester attack with the cavalry coming.
Scully, Slack, and it looks like both Sullivans, Declan and Ronan, taken off. Ridge Robinson, Mohu, Donzo. There's a triplet to bring off your bench. All going into the front three, and back at left back, Hilton.
Might be good that Arthurian League's not super familiar with Westchester, because an APSL team seeing that all come off the bench at the same time might strike fear into their heart.
Very nice, to Donzo. First touch was off, the second was exquisite, but he did eventually lose it. Worked in behind. Platt. Across the 6-yard box. Well, that was the intention, but far too close to Canais at the near post. Mohu. The subs that Coach Sant'Angelo's made signals his desire for Westchester to kill this final. But Mohu stopped in his tracks by Nani. Tanaka first to it, but he unfortunately stood on it. Did really well to keep it though, Tanaka. Howard. Brenes. Donzo can have another crack at Thomas here. Donzo can thread the shot through all the bodies in the area. Here's Fingio Donzo once more. Lovely footwork. Teenager never lacks the flair.
I find myself taking a big inhale every time he gets on the ball, just waiting to see what he's going to do.
That is really well held up. Initially, at least by Hector Platt, did so well to control that with his head. With 2 defenders on him, but took too many touches afterwards. Westchester taking that free kick quickly. Donzo. Onto his right foot again. And again, the English wall holding firm.
I'm really impressed with how quickly Arthurian League's able to get bodies back behind the ball. Like, even in the second half where they've been a bit more adventurous with the press, it's just the desire to defend is so strong with these guys.
Donzo will whip in this corner kick. It is right on the penalty spot. Everyone had pushed into the 6-yard box for Westchester. Hector Platt. Jack Scott is preparing to come on for Arthurian. Lovely interchange between Norcross and Platt. Thomas. Searching cross into the area. Mello got that wrong. Norcross with Tanaka's got to be careful in the 18-yard box. Fitzpatrick floats it in. It falls to Darnell, and Arthurian are level. The Englishmen have levelled it up at Drexel University. A goal that's come almost out of nowhere. But just over 20 minutes remaining, and the final's back in the balance.
Luca Meller has been almost perfect all day, and that's the first real mistake he's made, and it's amazing that how quickly they've made him pay for it. The size, the strength, the physicality of this Arthurian League team on full display there, winning that first ball under a lot of pressure. It gets a little bit of luck to have it fall right to his feet, and he makes no mistake on the finish. Fair play. Be ashamed to come all the way over here and not have a goal to celebrate in this match, and they've got that goal.
It's Darnell, who looked like he might have to come off after getting a very heavy impact, but he soldiered through it, and I bet all his teammates are glad he did now. 20 minutes remaining in the Transatlantic final, and it's all square.
Josh, if this game is tied after 90 minutes, we go straight to penalty kicks. Is it awful of me to maybe want to see that?
I was waiting for someone to bring that up, Jake. Let's hope these Englishmen have been doing some penalty practice sessions. Mellor, as you said, Jake, very uncharacteristic error from him. Here's Norcross. Darnell, the goal scorer.
See the confidence they're playing with now. Even before that goal, but especially since that goal, they are on the front foot, and I think now the momentum swing is shifting to the guys in the white shirts.
Held in by Ward, flicked on. Not kept in by Platt, it just ran away from him. You know, one player who's been very quiet in this second half, Jake, but certainly lit up the first, has been Charlie Kelly. Other than that excellent left-footed strike. But I just wonder if he's going to have something left in the tank for these final moments, maybe. But Westchester have got lots of threats themselves. Donzo, tackled by Darnell.
That was a good no call by the referee because that tackle did win the ball. That was really nice from Arthurian League there.
Mohu. Bernstein. Ward got his hefty frame in the line of fire. Miller. Bernstein again. Asked too much of Mohu. Guys, reminder, tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You could head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free now. Produced by Umbro. Designed and worn by you. Platt, Donzo hooking it away from him. Eisen, Hart, Platt racing onto it. And he's managed to hook that in. Norcross will retrieve it at the far post. Yeah, gone out.
Referee just having a little conversation there with Platt, and I'm not sure what it might have been for. It was a little bit more stern than I think Platt was prepared for.
Miller. Hilton. I don't want to over talk about Donzo, but something that he provided for Westchester in their APSL playoffs thus far was plenty of late goals. 5 of them coming in the 70th minute or later, 4 after the 85th minute, and that is across just 3 games. Miller penalised.
I think a big part of that is because the kid never stops running. You see the heat. That ball just drifts into Knice. You see the heat kind of take its toll. The minutes take its toll on the legs for the other 21 players, but for him, he's like the Energizer Bunny. He just goes and goes and goes, and typically that advantage really pans out late on.
That was awkward for Fitzpatrick, and he dealt with that admirably well. Donzo might need to be the new face of Duracell at some point, Jake, once Messi steps down.
It's Messi, the Williams F1 team, and Funcia Donzo of Westchester.
Inside the final quarter of an hour, Westchester leading for much of the game, but Darnell has put this final on a knife edge, and of course if it is level after 90, we're going to have a winner. We're going to actually skip extra time and go straight to penalties. But Arthurian League are on the attack again. It's Platt!
What a block from Luca Meller. You want to talk about making up for a mistake. I think he used his back to deflect that shot. That was brilliant defending. I can't believe he managed to get a block on that. Wow.
Donso. During the foul from Thomas. Coach Blaze is going to send on Brenes. Donzo. Lovely feet by Bernstein. Donzo was on his bike. Ward with the interception. Ridge Robinson is being quiet this evening, but he's a man who just needs half a sight at goal to totally change the picture. Bernstein turned into trouble. Too much on that ball for Kelly. Donzo. Arthurians defending well as Darnell with the tackle. Donzo seeing so much the ball. Too much, you'd say, from a Arthurian League perspective. That was a good tackle by Nani. Luke Meller. Mohu will keep it in. Lovely footwork by Mohu.
Oh.
Wild effort over the crossbar, though.
Josh, I can't tell you how many times I've seen Mohu bury that exact ball. I thought for sure when he beat that first man that we were going to see the back of the net ripple, but just got under that one, maybe leaning back a touch. But really nice chance for Westchester there. Mohu's had a lot of space on this right-hand side that they haven't been utilizing the last few minutes. We'll see if that might change here as the minutes tick on.
Teamer. Donzo. Again, just trying to take on one too many defenders, Donzo. And he just ran it out before an Arthurian player got a touch in it. But you can hear on the near side, Jake, that coach sometimes is urging more intensity now from his Westchester players.
Yeah, I know this is supposed to be a bit of friendly competition, but Blaze doesn't really do low intensity very well. You can bet that he wants to win just as much, if not more, than any player on the field today.
Nani setting it down well. It's been an extra pep in the step of the Arthurian League in the second half. That's nicely worked. Hector Platt surrounded by blue shirts very quickly. Bernstein, Donzo's got some space on this left side. Game is getting stretched. Ward tries to plug the gap. The teenager Donzo dinks it in, headed clear by Langley.
Brennis was flying in at that near post, and that ball just missed his forehead. A good idea from Donzo.
Miller. Bernstein on the diagonal. Again, really well watched by Fitzpatrick, who's had to deal with a couple of those difficult diagonal balls in the second half. Has met the test each time. Tanaka. Brenes. Not a good pass to Mohu. Platt. Norcross. Nani. Eisenhart. Langley all the way back to Bowles, who just clears the lines. Team up. Gets it back from Donzo. I think it's fair to say, Jake, this has not been a particularly good display from Westchester. A lot of individuals have had more errors than we've seen from the usually very high standards they've shown.
Yeah, it's lacking a bit of sharpness, and I wonder how much of that is looking ahead. You know, huge game in less than 24 hours. So you just wonder, you know, A, they don't have each member of their traditional starting 11 playing in this match. And then of those that we are used to seeing, a la the, you know, Ridge Robinsons, the Donzos and so forth, you just wonder how much of their attention is looking ahead.
Here is Robinson. Feeds out to Miller. Ball's cut out. Tanaka. Bernstein, clever. Leave for Donzo. Ward alert and heading it back to Bowles.
A couple of the Westchester players weren't happy with that decision, but I think it was the right one. I think it's just good defending from Arthurian League.
Platt is going to try and cause some mischief here. Kanice has misjudged it. Platt. Kanice struggling a little bit from that challenge. Norcross. Platt sends it in. Header. And gathered by Kanice, who recovered. He took a heavy knock in the aftermath of that 50-50 with Norcross. And the referee's going to blow up, so Kanice can...
That was some
Get some
brave goalkeeping and go out and meet that Arthurian League player. And I think it was needed too, because it looked like I think it was Platt that was destined to get on the end of that ball before Kanice intervened and fair play to him to be able to get up and basically drag that bad foot back into goal to pounce on that loose ball.
Goal now, likely, would be decisive. If neither team can find it, it's going to be penalties.
Curious to see how much stoppage time we'll get here. Just 1 minute in the first half. I wonder if the referee might edge that out a little bit to see if we can get a winner before we enter that beautiful roulette that is the penalty kick shootout.
Certainly had a long delay when Darnell was down, probably at least 2 or 3 minutes there. So I would imagine, Jake, we're going to get 4 or 5. I would think that'd be about right.
Yeah, and no small stoppage there for Knight just now. That was over a minute or two. So hopefully we'll get a little bit of extra action than the 90 minutes.
Bernstein's going to come off firm and slack. No cross.
Hey, can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? Come on, Blue.
Heard a bunch of shouts of, "Can we do it?" I don't know if it is just a long throw or if they have some trickery in mind.
I think it probably is the long throw. I don't think it's going to be too sophisticated, here, Jake.
I want some American football pre-planned play that Arthurian League busts out to get the winner in the last 5 minutes. I think it might just be, let's hoof it into the box.
I think that probably more in line.
Yeah, go on, man, just hoof it.
Long one in. Donzo will get it. And Donzo has skipped away from 2 defenders brilliantly.
Oh,
And he's got clipped and no crosses going into the book there.
Yeah,
no doubt about that.
Professional foul from the amateur player. In defense of Norcross, if there's any player on the field I don't want running at my back line, it's that guy. So I think I might have brought him down too, in fairness. If I could catch him, which is a very low likelihood, Josh. Very, very low.
That's a drifted ball up towards Miller. Ward plugging the gap. Fitzpatrick. Tanaka with the header. Nani. Tanaka first to it. Referee judging ball was 1, and then Nani came in on the back of Brenes. The inaugural Transatlantic Cup final is coming down to the wire. Mohu floats it towards that far post, popped back into the danger area. Ridge Robinson. Then shown wide by Langley. Langley dealing with Ridge Robinson really well. Bit of hospital by Ward, and the referee. I'm not sure if he's learned the offside. the advantage rule.
It's interesting from Arthurian League perspective. They're shouting for fouls when they don't get the call, and then when they get the call, it's almost always stopping a break. So the Arthurian League players just must be furious with the officiating so far.
It's just a bit of a tunnel vision to this referee. It's not much ahead on the swivel. Nothing wrong with blowing the whistle if you've had a look around and established the game situation, but he just didn't even look over his shoulder before he blew that whistle. And then he hasn't looked over his shoulder as he's backpedaled either. We didn't get that on camera, but he's taken a tumble.
It's
with an Asian heart.
the American turf monster. He's everywhere today. He's taking players down left and right.
Platt. Are we going to get some late drama, or will it be penalties? Watched carefully by Mellor. Nani helps it out to Thomas, who's played all 90 minutes. Kelly. It's been kept quiet by this Westchester defence in the second half. Donzo away from him. And then that looked like a rugby tackle.
Yeah, I think he knew exactly what he was doing there. Do not let Donzo get on the ball with pace, because one touch from Donzo would have carried him straight past that Arthurian League defender. So, again, not the most sporting of tackles, but one you can't really argue with if you're empathizing with the Arthurian League defense.
Kelly is cramping up. He's giving the thumbs up. He's going to try and continue.
I think I just heard an extra 6 minutes of stoppage time, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that might have been number 6
been the number, yeah.
for the booking, excuse me.
4 minutes for stoppage time is what we're hearing. Donzo, Robinson, and can hear that from the Westchester bench, a little incredulous with that number. And I've got to be honest, I am too. I think probably 5 or 6 would be more the ballpark.
Nice touch.
Tanaka. Slack. Ridge Robinson. Clattered by Ward. Referee's going to play advantage that time.
The enthusiasm.
Bowles has made a mess of that. And the referee is going to blow the whistle and spare Bowles blushes.
The enthusiasm of the tackles has notched up here in the last couple minutes, Josh.
Arthurian League are going to make a double substitution. So I think Charlie Kelly must have come off at some point. It's actually Jack Kane, 18, not a 13 on that far side. So Kelly's come on at left back. And Moss on the centre midfield. And the night is done for Darnell, who has brought the game level. And for Fitzpatrick. And I just wonder, Jake, if those two subs might also be penalty takers potentially for Arthurian.
Has to be. I mean, especially with Kelly. I mean, if he was fit, he should have been on 20 minutes ago. So I'm guessing he might be in that top 5 for what looks like is about to come. We're running out of time.
Coach Santangelo urging his team on. 2 of the 4 minutes have been played. Mohu. Reverse ball. Kelly well positioned and able to clear the lines. Mellor off with that pass. Nani fires it into the chest of Moss. Arthurian League can't transition onto the break. Canais. Mellor. That's a really smart ball, Mohu. Off with his touch, and Robinson was crying for that in the middle. Really good win by Nani. Phil Kate. It's a 3-on-3. Blue shirts coming back now, and Kate delayed too long. It's going to be a throw-in, and I think we know what's going to happen here, Jake. Maybe the final action.
In the mixer. Josh, when we were kids, the long throw was in vogue, and then it fell out of favor, and it is fully back. And why not? Especially when it feels like the average height of this squad is 6'2". I'm exaggerating, but only a little bit.
They have sent the centre forwards, Langley forwards, into the 18-yard box, and everyone is back for Westchester to defend this. Held in by Ward. Not cleared by Westchester. Volleyed back onto the target. And it's hit the roof of the net.
Oh, I saw the net ripple and I thought it was in. Heart in mouth moment for Westchester, inches away from the decisive goal of this match. We are in to the 5th minute of stoppage now, so you wonder how much longer the referee's going to let them play.
Brenes. Thomas winning that tackle. Nani, who I think has been excellent since coming on in the centre midfield.
He's changed the game for them and they helped establish a lot more possession than they had, especially in that first half.
Moss just got Platt aimed for at the moment. Norcross is making his way in at the far post. Mellor well positioned and he puts that into Rose Ed. But there's going to be another long throw for Westchester to defend here. Surely now, final action before we go to penalties.
It's like all hands on deck defensively for Westchester, so might be the last action we have.
Ward once more with that throw. Moss, Westchester have got to be very careful in the penalty area, and they were. And they dispossessed him, and the referee, I think, has the whistle on his lips. And that is that.
There it is.
We are going to penalties in the inaugural Transatlantic final. Very balanced second half in terms of chances. Westchester with more possession again. But Darnell capitalising with about 20 minutes left to bring this back level for Arthurian. And they had that decent chance to win it late. It hit the roof of the net. I think overall, Jake, on the balance of play, Westchester will be disappointed they didn't win it in the normal time with the amount of possessional dominance and territory dominance they had.
But, you know, fair play to Arthurian League because they didn't really give away many really good chances. I mean, apart from one or two, there weren't really any glaring sights at goal. And you could argue that maybe the best chance that didn't go in this match was for Arthurian League on Knice's goal with that effort from Kelly that sailed just outside the bar. So, you know, I think on balance, it might just be about fair that we're level after 90.
Westchester's most recent penalty shootout came in the APSL DRC semi-final against Rio Central, New Jersey. Knice was the hero of that. Save 2.
He's a big frame in goal, which helps in penalty shootouts specifically, just because you know that ball is 12 yards out and the goalkeeper has to be rooted to the line. So we'll see whether he can pull out a couple more saves for his boys tonight. And Bowles, on the other side, had a really nice game today. He'll need to come up with, you'd think, at least a save or two. If the Arthurian League is to come out of this with that precious 1776 silver trophy.
Again, provided that Jonathan Hunter found it in his hotel room.
Right.
Also,
right.
The last bit of drama we're going to have tonight.
It may or may not have grown legs. You know, Westchester is kind of known around the region for training a lot more than other amateur squads, at least 2 per week. I just wonder how much of that time is devoted to a little bit of a penalty shootout.
With all the playoffs coming up this weekend.
Right. So I wonder if maybe they've been practicing a bit in the last week or two. I think we're about to find out.
So I think we're going to be shooting to the right goal for the shootout.
I wonder, Knice took that little knock on the foot, and you just wonder if that's going to be impacting him at all. I bet the adrenaline will probably be helping, but if that one foot doesn't want to plant as hard as the other one, it might be something to watch out for.
The trusty right foot of Ridge Robinson will take the first penalty of the evening. The Arthurian League have travelled a long way to be here tonight. It was a self-funded trip as well. England's national amateur champion could go home now with the prize.
I think Bowles just had a little word with Ridge as he went by. It would have been interesting to hear what he said.
Ollie Bowles does strike me as someone who might be adept at the mind games.
Yeah,
Jake. We heard
you
someone
have
just
to
choking
be.
during it.
Have to be as a goalkeeper, especially in this situation.
Ridge Robinson sends Bowles the wrong way and opens the scoring of the shootout.
And that is a smart move by Blaze to put him as that first taker, because nothing phases Ridge Robinson. He looked as calm as could be, tucking that one home. We'll see if Arthurian League can respond.
Jake Moss stepping up against the hefty Ganice. Ganice saves it. He got across quickly. And Westchester have the advantage off the first round of kicks.
It wasn't the best penalty, but fair play to Nice. The thing I love that Kanice just did there is he started behind the line, which allows you to come forward without breaching the goal line when the ball's hit. And you notice that Bowles did not do that. He starts on his line, as you can see here.
It's Luke Meller up next. He's hit the crossbar. He tried to outfox Ollie Bowles, who certainly made his opinion clear on that.
He told him exactly what he thought about Meller trying to do that. It's a shame because Kanice just raised the momentum for his squad by making that big save, and now it's all gone in one kick. So we'll see if Kanice can come up with another one.
It's Kelly. Just snuck it by Kanice, who guessed the right way, went the same side, but this time it's low and in the corner, and it's 1-1.
That's the brutal part about a penalty shootout for a goalkeeper, because picking the right side is hard enough. And then you also have to guess high or low. And Kanice just guessing with a lifted ball, and the ball snuck under his bottom hand.
Owen Slack. Ollie Bowles, I think, anticipating about another chip that time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't necessarily in the corner by Slack, but he fired it with a lot of pace to just the side of Bowles.
It's the risk when you're in the penalty shootout and you make that bold decision to stay put. You can look a little silly. I think Bowles did look a little silly as that one just crept past his outstretched hand, because, like you said, it wasn't a perfect penalty by any means.
Phil Kate. It's 2-2.
That was clinical. Didn't look like he batted an eyelid as he walked up to hit that one. drilled into that bottom corner.
Donzo has scored 2 penalties in his last 3 playoff games. And we're getting towards the business end of the shootout. 3 penalties have been taken. Both sides have scored 2 and missed 1. Donzo sent bowls the wrong way. Westchester back in the lead, and Nani will step up for the Englishman.
Composure beyond Donzo's years there. Just nice and calm. Hit with pace, nothing really that Bulls could do.
Here comes Nani. He's hit the post, and Westchester are a kick away from lifting the Transatlantic up.
You know, I think if that was on target, Knice would have saved it. He guessed that one right the entire way and was almost all the way across when that ball contacted the woodwork. And this is the right guy to take a decisive penalty if you're Westchester.
Mohu, who dazzled with his goal in the first half, now can have the final word. Bowlsley made some great, made some great stops in the 90. Hasn't got a hand on a penalty yet. Arthurian need him now. Mohu tucks it in, and Westchester United are the inaugural Transatlantic Cup champions. England's penalty agony extends beyond the national team and down to the amateur level, it seems.
We aren't quite the Germans, but that Westchester penalty shootout was pretty clinical. One little mistake from Luca Malor trying to get a bit too cute with the chip ball, but other than that, really, really confident strikes, and Westchester paid off that really solid 90 minutes they put together with a penalty win.
Well, it's Westchester who would take the 1776 silver trophy. But a fantastic occasion all around, wasn't it, Jake? A great display to see these 2 national amateur champions from across the pond competing.
It really was. I was most excited to find out coming into this game, would this be a fair balance of play? How does an English amateur team stack up to a really, really good American amateur team? And as it turns out, nothing between them after 90 minutes. It was a really, really awesome game, and a really clinical penalty shootout to watch as well.
Well, guys, do not go anywhere. We're going to be back shortly with post-match interviews and the trophy ceremony.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings, and it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps to keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation. Hello everyone, welcome back to field level and lovely scenes here. We're going to get the teams intermingling.
Hey Harry, let's get a photograph. Hey boys, come on. Get in, mix in there.
Great seeing the English and American national champions together, intermingling. And like we said before the game, Jake, hopefully this is going to be the first of many Transatlantic Cups.
Yeah, this was really impressive to be able. Again, this is an amateur group of players that paid their way over here to come take part in this really awesome occasion, and they delivered. It was a great game.
Hey everybody, just hold on one second. First, I'd like to thank. Let's give John Hunter and his crew a big clap for coming over from the other side. Well done. This is 8 months of planning and we did it. So hopefully this will happen every 2 years, and we'll be sending a team over from the U.S. in a couple years, yeah? John, thank you. We've become great friends, and your whole staff and your boys are amazing. So you guys are great gentlemen. Bruce, thank you for helping us put it on. Bruce Bodie, Chris Bransom, thank you. Leo, appreciate everything you've done. The photographers and everybody covering, we really appreciate you all. Game & Frame, thank you. Jonathan, why don't I let you speak?
Yeah, no, I think that everybody here, and especially speaking to the West...
Louder, John, louder.
Especially speaking to the...
You're good.
Okay.
There you go, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can take it if you want,
Yeah, okay, no problem. Right, okay, let's have it. Speaking to the Westchester United boys, I've been fortunate to meet Blaise and chat to him over the last 6 months. This cup wouldn't have taken place if it wasn't for him, his dedication, and a small matter for us to come and make the trip over. But I don't think I've met too many people in football who do as much as this man does for his club. And I think you should all be incredibly proud of what you achieved, and it's no wonder that you're national champions. It's very proud for us to come over, so you're great representatives, not only of Philadelphia and Pennsylvania, but the United States. So I think you ought to give a real big round of applause. So I've brought a few gifts for Blaise, right? So Blaise he's going to take the lot, and then he can decide what to do with them thereafter. This is a history of our cup that's been going since 1902, right? So you can have that.
Arthur Dunn Cup,
right.
Thank you.
And
how to get a coaching license in England? Right here.
And this was something that we got from one of our schools, Chigwell School, Old Chigwellians. They're a club within our league. It was where William Penn went to school. Wow. The headmaster of that school's written a letter to the Friends of Pennsylvania just to say that they hold him dear with them. There's a painting of the school. It's for you to decide what you'd like to do with that, okay? So this is from the Arthurian League and Arthurian League clubs to say thank you for all you've done, okay?
Amazing. Thank you.
And brilliant. And just close it out, I suppose.
Hold on. I have something for you.
Okay.
We don't have we're not as classy as the English, but we have 2 big coolers of beer over there for you guys. Let's go! Come on! Come on!
Three cheers for Westchester United. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!
One last thing. You guys didn't see me, you don't know me, but my name's Chris Branscombe, and I'm in charge of the Eastern Pennsylvania soccer, okay? So what would be like your county FA at home. So yeah, it's been a pleasure to work with these guys to help make this game happen. It was a great game to watch. Kind of good way to end, at least, on the field, 1-1. Penalties are penalties. But I'm glad you guys were here. I also know we got something nice planned for you guys to go watch the England game tomorrow. But just a little quick presentation. William Penn, obviously, is a big tie to our 2 countries and our city, of course. But our other most famous statue in this city, so the city of Philadelphia presented this to me to give to you.
John, show the camera. John, show this guy. Rocky, let's go.
Put your jersey on.
All right, Bruce, let's go.
You got the trophy.
No, we want to get
Here
him.
comes the big one.
I'll screenshot that in. Hey, John, you want to?
Right, here we go. We're going to have our trophy presentation here. Jonathan is going to present the first ever Transatlantic Cup.
Gives me a chance to come over. Yeah, it does, yeah. All right, congratulations.
Give a smile.
It's for the English, I guess. All right, let's just come on. Everyone, wait. Everyone, get in. I'm English. All right, we're
Luke Miller
tonight. Let's go.
will lift the first ever Transatlantic Cup. Westchester United continue onward and upwards.
Get around, get a photo. Mix in, come down. 2 down there, okay.
I'll tell you what, Jake, Benjamin Franklin is absolutely ecstatic in the stands with the result.
Yeah, he made the right choice, Josh. He was.
Well, some might debate that, Jake, but
I don't. I think after today, I mean, there's only one team that came out on top. Now, granted, it was penalties, but no, this was a really, really cool event, and you could just see the exchanging of some really thoughtful gifts between the 2 teams here, and I really hope that this wasn't a one-off, Josh. I hope that this continues on for a long, long time because, you talk about the beauty of the World Cup and bringing countries together. That's what this was.
Yeah. Absolutely. We will. All right, guys, we've got Coach Blaze here. Blaze, congratulations. It's another trophy to add to Westchester cabinet. At this point, new ones need to be invented to find these you guys win. But this game is about so much more than just the silverware, isn't it? It's about building a friendship and a bridge between England and America and the national amateur champions.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great pleasure to get to know their group, Jonathan and Tony and Billy and Andy, and then, like, all their kids are wonderful guys. They get it. They spent money to come here. Like, they spent, like $2,500 each to get here. So they put their money where their mouth was, and great competitors. And I got to spend time with them a few nights over the last couple weeks, and they love drinking beer like I do and having fun. And it was just really really great to have the experience, and we're hoping that this goes on way longer down the road for all of us.
Blaze, could you just tell us the story of how this came about? We heard it a little bit there, but I want to hear more.
Yeah, so after we won the National Amateur Cup, Jonathan reached out to me. I guess he had been talking to Harvard and some other people to just come over to be here for the World Cup, and then he got my number, and as soon as I got a call from him, I called John Mata and some of the powers that be at U.S. Soccer and Bruce Bodie from USASA, and said, hey, this is what they're trying to do. I'd really like to see if we can move this forward. And it's been, like 8 months now, so it's awesome. It's been so great to meet new people. We look forward to eventually traveling there, whether we go over when the Eagles are playing or whatever, but this is like a lifetime relationship with these people, and I hope it's something, the country wanted to do it in 2020, but during the COVID, it didn't happen. So we really feel strongly on building the bond, and 250 year for our country they came over. They're all about it. So really getting to meet fine people, it's always great.
So the plan, as I understand it, is every 2 years the Transatlantic Cup will happen. Why is it the interval of 2 years?
That's a good question. I think it would just be difficult. Their cup might be a 2-year cup, so I think that's where it happens, and that's what they're decided, and I'm good with it. So maybe in 2 years we could be back.
Yeah, that's the time to fill up the travel budget, doesn't it? Because it's not a cheap ticket these days.
This is true. Yeah, so we're excited. It was great. It was really great. The trophy, the little cup on there, it's silver. That trophy was made in 1776. So and it's marked. It's really special that they were able to find something and mount it on the trophy.
Blaze, I don't want to look past this event too quickly, but tomorrow you have a huge day coming up with the APSL semis. How much of tonight was, looking ahead to that, and how much of it was getting players quality touches against a really good opponent?
I mean, it's like a great training session, right? We try to move the guys around that weren't going to be playing a lot of.
All right, we've got our light call. We've got about 2 minutes left, Blaze. It's okay.
So, hey guys, I forget your question now.
Balancing this ahead of tomorrow.
Yeah, we moved the players around that we wanted to deal with, and gave players more time that we're going to maybe not be playing tomorrow. Some might be coming down Sunday, but we're always on to the next, and we always have next great things. So.
What's the beer limit tonight, Blaze, with a lot of these lads coming into this place tomorrow?
I think I bought 6 cases, so I'm sure they'll bang a bunch of them down.
All right, they're looking a little sluggish tomorrow. We'll know why. But Blaze, congratulations on the match. Thanks for bringing us down there.
Yeah,
we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks again, guys.
All right, take care.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Blaze. Thank you. All right, well, Jake, what an evening. And if anyone's still watching in England, I know it's about 3 a.m. So thank you for staying up watching. Thank you everyone in America for watching, the fan sections that came down. But just a beautiful occasion, wasn't it, Jake?
Yeah, and a beautiful backdrop. America's 250th birthday, the World Cup here on American soil, and then this English team coming across the pond to have a really incredible game, what turned out to be. So you couldn't have really asked for much more out of the first Transatlantic Cup, could you?
Well, guys, this is just the beginning of a huge weekend for Game of Frame. Tomorrow, we're going to have the APSL National Finals. Westchester Predators are going to be up and going again. They're going to be playing against Prima. That's going to be 5 p.m. live from Loudoun United Stadium in Virginia. That's USL Championship Stadium, an amazing arena. We've got a bit of driving up to Virginia tonight. and then we are also going to have the second semi-final, Alianzana against Provo. And we're going to have the UPSL American North Final, Renegades against Red Hook. And then on Sunday, APSL National Final, 2:30 p.m. Lots more action also coming up. You can see the full list at Game and Frame on Instagram. But a big thank you, Jake, for coming out today. Yeah. I'll see you on Sunday. Thank you to Espinosa for doing great work behind the camera. Thanks to Westchester United and the Arthurian League and USSA and the FA and everyone who made this event possible. An incredible evening, and hopefully the first of many Transatlantic Cups. Westchester United, the first champions. Let's see if England can pull one back. But for now, it's us signing off from Drexel University. Have a good night, everyone.